Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Lakeville, and it's under the command of ProvoBob. Yes, and you can see the kangaroo on the side of his M44, and 2 marks of excellence. Game on. Well, the M44 is armed with a 155mm howitzer, and you can see Bob has a lot of ace tankers and a lot of enemy tanks wiped out, even high calibers. And he's chosen not to go behind the rock, he's actually going to shoot from the corner. This is actually quite a good position to use, mainly because from this position directly you can shoot down one side of the valley quite nicely. Not the other side, it's a little more difficult on the other side, but you get good shots from here. And of course you can retreat back behind the rock if you need to, if the enemy knows where you are. Well, we can see where one of the enemy Arty is because he's just fired, and we know exactly where that shell came from. He's absolutely on that position. Okay, well, he hasn't fired again, and Bob's actually noticed that the enemy Cromwell's come up to the center line, to the bottleneck. The pass, I should say, actually, because it is technically a pass. Okay, he's not going to shoot just yet, but that Cromwell is directly in the line of sight. You can see the red mark starts when the Cromwell moved into the line of fire, and he's trying to angle a shot, and the Carrow fires around in and gets a direct hit with his first shot. 106 hit points. Now, as you may know, the M44 has taken a big hit when it comes to hit point damage. 500 alpha now, it used to be 550, 39mm of pen and a 6.7 meter burst radius. First round out on the enemy Arty. Yep, I think both players saw that the SU-8 was there, and there's 2 Arty on our team as well. Of course, Bob and the SU-8, and they both fired in the same spot. So I think that enemy SU-8 is probably relocating himself just now. It's almost loaded, gonna give it another go. 22.4 second reload. Another shot goes in. Ooh, that Tiger 131 looks like he wants to push through the pass, but he's changed his mind. Actually, it's too late because he's out the game. The SU-8 got him in the end. Rounds out. Ooh, zipped over the top of the Carrow. Missed out on the chance there. Standard reload time, 25.89 seconds. So 22.4 for ProvoBob. Oh, that was the SU-8 just firing in. He's got almost, well, he is a faster reload than us now. Going to try and put around into the Carrow. Rounds out. Nope. In fact, actually, that stunned our teammate in the T-34. The shell just landed a little too short, and that T-34 is not angling well. In fact, he's angling very badly indeed. I think that Cromwell was looking to get a shot into him, and just see pulled back. Oh, and the enemy SU-8 has been spotted by our T-34-85, and that's a kill shot, a one-shot kill shot on the SU-8, so he's out the game. There's 2 enemy Arty. The other one's the SU-14-1, and that's the Tier 7 Soviet, and he's the one over on the other side of the rock. Well, ProvoBob knows where he is, so he could take him out. Most of the time, Arty players don't attack other Arty players unless, of course, they do get attacked by the other one. Unless, of course, you see the enemy Arty. If you do see the enemy Arty, or you see the tracer coming from them, then, of course, you can work out where they are. And if you can work out where they are, then you should, of course, take them out to prevent your teammates from receiving shells from the enemy Arty. I know some people feel that, you know, we should offer courtesy to the other enemy Arty and let them continue their game unmolested, but we are out to win this game. ProvoBob is now trying to get that SU-14-1. He thinks he's probably in that bush. I think he's probably right. He is probably in that bush. It'd be nice if he could wipe him out. Loaded. Rounds out. Well, he didn't get the hits, but he might have splashed him. It's a possibility that the SU-14-1 changed position. He's now aiming for just behind the bush. That's another position that he could be occupying instead. Rounds out. Oh, he is there! I definitely saw the tracer coming out from behind that bush. So I think he is there. And I think he's moving about to try and throw off Bob's shots. Bob's going to give it another go. He's almost loaded. You can see he's got a rescue half occluded, and that means that... Oh, I just saw the tracer come out again, but Bob's shot hit the side wall of the mountain. So yes, the rescue being half occluded told him that something is almost in the way of his shot, and the shell was blocked by whatever's stopping it. I think it's the side of the cliff. Cromwell B's telling us to pull away, and I think that's because the enemy are coming from the city. And then, yet again, the shell hits the wall of the mountain. Now, you notice how that position is so useful. You can pull back very quickly behind the rock if you need to. Pretty sure Bob will try again on that enemy Arty, but he's... There he is. We know that he was last seen in that position there. That's where the tracer was coming from. And he must be using the stock gun because obviously the shells were coming out quite rapidly. Rounds out. Oh, he got him this time! Oh, and look at that. The vehicle was trying to mount the rock at the time, so he was probably trying to get away from Bob's shot. And that means now Bob has got a counter battery. He took out both enemy Arty. Okay. We're 2 up on the enemy at the moment in this battle. And Bob can make that a few more if he can take out that Nassau. And he's almost fully dialed in. Rounds out. Looks good. Shell landed short and to the left. Hit the rock face. You can see where the mark is. Looks like the Nassau might have taken some splash damage. He's still firing though. And he's firing very quickly, which means he probably doesn't have the 88 gun. He probably has the stock gun. Rounds out. That hit the wreck of the SU-8, but I'm sure that would have damaged the Nashorn who was sitting in front of him. And the Nashorn goes down to the SU-8, so he was badly damaged. Yet Nashorn took a direct hit from that SU-8 shell. But now we're looking towards the enemy tanks that are trying to come in from this corner. Now, 2 ways of approaching it. They can either approach via the lake, which of course gives them a bit of a cover or a bit of defilade just underneath that little mound there. The other way, of course, is coming in through the trees and behind the houses and moving in the A row. I prefer coming in behind the houses. If you stick close to the lake, it's a little difficult to move out from that final position unless you've got good gun depression. Okay, Jagdpanther. Rounds out. Direct hit. Right on the nose. No deviation left or right on that shot. And the enemy Cromwell is now retreating from the pass under fire from our Cromwell. Well, he was retreating. He's now pulled back. Yeah, can he get a shot on that Jagdpanther again? Rounds out. He's pulled away. He's not there anymore. You notice how he used the minimap to actually align exactly where he thought the guy was? And now he's looking at the minimap trying to get a shot on the T-78, who he thinks is directly behind that bush. Can he give it another go? Rounds out. Oh, he hit something! No explosion. Indicates there was something behind that bush. Took the shell. Still 2 up on the enemy, which is, of course, means that they do have the advantage. And, in fact, that enemy Cromwell in the centre of the pass is still trying to provoke the other Cromwell. They're both down to about the same number of hit points each. Bob's still got plenty of ammunition, though, to keep firing away, trying to get that T-78. Rounds out. Nope, didn't get anything from that one either. He's trying to guess where the T-78 might have moved to. That's a good guess. Behind the bushes, on top of that mound, it's a possibility. And also the bushes at the front, but we can't see any tracer coming up from those bushes. Sometimes you can see the tracer. Nope, didn't get anything from that one. Doesn't appear to be any activity coming from that corner, but I think he's going to give it a try there as well. Nope, nothing on that one either. Well, there is an enemy Chi-2 SP coming in via the Lake Road. We can't see him at the moment, because of course he's obstructed by the hill, and we've just lost our Cromwell. Taken out by that Jagdpanther, the one that we hit earlier. And oh, there's the T-78, and he just took a round. I think that may have come from our T-29, and he's out the game now because Bob managed to finish him off. 39 hit points only, but he got a direct hit, so he's out the game. So we've still got a 2-tank advantage. Our Chi-2s are fighting it out on the Lake Road. I think our Nashorn's trying to get a good shot on them. Unfortunately, that Cromwell's being very good at avoiding any further shots. We can look at the enemy team. We just killed our Chi-2, the enemy Chi-2. But if we look at the team, we can see that there's only one other tank destroyer on their team, the Jagdpanther. They've got the Cromwell, and they've also got a VK3002D, which of course is the Daimler version with the 8.8 centimeter gun. And he gets a lovely hit there on the Jagdpanther, who's now down to half his hit points. Looks like he's got the 105mm gun, that one. Looks like the fat and stumpy one. We get a shot. Rounds out. Could get it. It looked like Bob's shot did hit, but the SU-8 may have just landed short. He is down to 217, so he might be able to get him in a shot. Oh no! We've just been spotted by that VK3002D with the 88. And here he comes. Bob fires a round in, but we take a hit from the VK, and it is an 88mm round. And he's going to go in for the ram. Oh, and he hits the guy for a ram, but unfortunately, Bob dies in the process. But we're still 2 up on the enemy. And unfortunately, it looks like our SU-8, who's on top of the mound at the moment, the VK's trying to go after him, but our teammates are coming in to try and protect him. And the VK is taking a hammering from the T-29. Super Hellcat gets a chunk of him as well, and I think the VK's about to go down. And that means now there's only one enemy left. It's the Jagdpanther, and he's up the other end of the valley. Yes, everybody came to the rescue before Bob, but all Bob could do was do exactly what he did. Try and go for the ram, get as much hit points as he could before he died, and help his team to try and take out that VK. Well, what's going to be happening now is we're going to be moving down to the other end of the valley to see what's going on with that Jagdpanther. Last few seconds of the game, that's the minute hooter. So we've gone high into the valley here to see if the Jagdpanther's in sight. Remember, he was badly damaged, only 217 hit points left. Our teammates have reached the bottleneck. They're just about to go through the pass. Meanwhile, the Super Hellcat went down the Lake Road, and he's coming up to try and spot the Jagdpanther. He goes through the cap, The T-29 goes through the pass. Where is that Jagdpanther? And he's managed to get away from them. Oh no, 10 seconds left and they can't find him. He may have gone into town. And that's the draw. Here's the end of battle results, and that was the second-class tanker for ProvoBob in the M44. He managed to get a counter-battery fire medal for taking out both enemy SPGs in the game. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12 in that one. And his win rate was 5,162, but he did feel very dirty after doing it. In fact, he said scrub off with a cold shower because he did the counter battery, but then it was necessary. He did need to take those guys out, and he did get them fair and square. If we look at the team score, we can see that he didn't get the highest damage in the game. Actually, that went to the G2 SP on the enemy team, got 2,826 hit points of damage, and the second highest damage actually went to the T29 with 2,200, and he also got a steel wall out of that game as well, and his win rate was 3,332. Not as high as Bob, but still very good all the same. And we can see that there was another player who was actually between him in third place and of course the top, and that was the Super Hellcat who managed 2,181, with Bob getting 2,140. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot because they all got 3 kills each. T29, Bob got 3, SU8 also got 3. So nice to see that the Arty are really hammering the enemy tanks. And when it came to base XP, well, it's the T29 came in with 679, the enemy G2 SP got 619, and then it's Bob with 598. So third place when it came to base XP. He fired 27 rounds, got 7 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 12 splash. I'm pretty sure the penetrating shots that he got were on the SU-14 and the SU-8. Yes, he did penetrate the SU-8, and he did penetrate the SU-14. He was trying to get away from his shot, and he also penetrated the T-78 with that round that hit him directly when he was very weak right at the end of the game. He also got 12 splashes, damage of 2,140, of which 1,904 were at more than 300 meters. The difference being the ram that he did on the VK 3002D. And he did receive 1 hit from the VK, and unfortunately that was fatal. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, 3 were killed, 39 hit points of stun assist off 11 stuns. On a free-to-play account, he earned 6,249 credits profit, and he got 598 base XP as well. As I said, he wasn't really happy about actually getting a counter battery because, of course, he does respect his fellow Arty players, but they were the enemy Arty, so they had to be put down in order to help his teammates win the game. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.